Hi, welcome to the GenX Glam channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Thank you so much for stopping in. I know there are a lot of choices out there, but you're hanging out with me, mom in her basement, doing a little bit of glam, doing a little bit of gab, and sometimes I do giveaways. I love this intro when I say, and sometimes I do giveaways. There is a current GenX Glam Gab giveaway going on right now. The Charlotte Tilbury makeup bag stuffed full of goodies, including this lovely sachet of all Guerlain skincare. Good stuff in there, and there's still time to win it. If you're watching real time, it closes tomorrow, May 18th. I'll use the commentpicker.com to pick my winner. I'll come on and I'll be like, hey, congratulations, so-and-so, you won. I go inside the comment of whatever the comment picker picked, and I say, hey, you won. And then, we can connect on Discord. Join the GenX Glam Gab Discord server. I will put a link to that server in this video description. I will put a link to that giveaway in this video description. And I love doing that. Or sometimes I go like this. It's like my version of a drum roll. This is a GenX Glam Gab giveaway video. So you need to be subscribed to the channel. You need to make a comment in this video. If you want to win this one, you got to go to this video and make a comment in that one. It's like it could be a twofer for you. It could be a twofer because I said in the beginning when I was doing these giveaways, oh, if you've already won, then you can't win again. But then I threw that out the window. I feel like if you're watching, if you're putting in the time, you're watching, you're making comments, you're engaging, I think that you should have infinite chances to win these things. And if you're tracking my channel, I am decluttering. I'm doing a whole decluttering series that I will drop this summer, so you will see that in the future. We're gonna do a get ready with me video today to pack my Charlotte Tilbury. So it'll be a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. I can't use all the Charlotte Tilbury I have out in front of me, but I'm gonna try and use a fair amount, just like do like a little subtle look. I got my nails done in honor of this video. Like, I didn't bring these products with me, but I have a pretty good recollection of what Charlotte Tilbury's quintessential colors are. And so I picked this nail polish because I think when I do the packing of the Charlotte Tilbury, like I have out these, this was the 2024 chest of beauty treasures, secrets, whatever she called it. And I have my 2023 chest that I have available to do packing. I have my new Charlotte Tilbury makeup bags. I'm going to try and set up the tripod so it'll be a lot of seeing my nails and like putting stuff in drawers and bags. I don't know. That's the vision. We'll see when I actually drop it, if that's what happens. But what is the giveaway that's going on? In the spirit of decluttering, along with doing the series, I am packing up. I am getting ready for an international move. A lot of my collection I'm not going to see for some time. I'm going to bring some stuff with me for the summer that will go in my suitcase that will make it with me to my final destination. But the majority of my collection is going to have to be packed up. I have a lot of overstock, brand new products I haven't used. I've gotten with gifts with purchase, or I've gotten as samples from Shoppers Drug Mart, or I don't know. I've accumulated stuff. Sometimes I buy stuff specifically for my giveaways because I think my community would like it. So I stuffed this, I don't know if this, because it's a USA or Canada, and this is like a USPS padded envelope. I don't know if a Canadian wins. You'll see it in your own packaging, in your own version of the flat mail. But there's some good stuff in here. There's some e.l.f. There's a P. Louise. Look at this. This is a P. Louise highlighter palette. This is really pretty. It's called Bake Your Move. Bake Your Move. Look at these colors. Aren't those pretty? There's some skincare in here. There's some makeup. Like I said, there's e.l.f. There's Guerlain skincare samples in here. There's all kinds of goodies. So, and I'll probably keep stuffing it. So that's the giveaway. It's sort of a glam grab bag of goodies. You won't really know until you get it, but the feedback I get on these things is pretty good. So I think that you'll like it. And speaking of which, I want to say thank you to Chanin, who did an unbox video. She won. She was a Discord giveaway winner. We better get into some of the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to finish my thought there, but let's use this Magic Hydrator Mist. This is like a borderline thing that I don't know if I can pack because it's kind of like, I'm not supposed to pack aerosols. I'm supposed to pack like creams. So this is her Magic Hydrator Mist. I bought it. Yes, I bought it. I didn't select it. It came in last summer's, like it was a mystery bundle that I bought from Charlotte Tilbury's website. She'll probably do that again this summer. I might or may not buy one. I don't know. Looking at my collection, I probably have bit off more than I can chew in general. But this is supposed to be like a radiant skin rescue essence. It has a pretty strong, I would almost call it perfume type scent to it. Falls on the flammable side, so I think that this will come with me in my summer travel bag, and I might just leave it at the lakeside cottage that I go to every summer to spend time with my family, and whoever wants to use it, they can use it. All right, so yes, Chanin did a lovely short on the Discord giveaway she won. It was like a Charlotte Tilbury giveaway. I'm going to link that video, her short, in this video description. You should check it out. It's really, Chanin does the best shorts. So I just wanted to give a shout out. Chanin, I'm so glad that your glam made it. I know I had to travel a fair amount of miles. Like my giveaways in general, I stopped counting. Hundreds of thousands of kilometers. These things have gone by air, by sea, by surface, all around the world. I think I've hit majority of the continents. So yeah, every once in a while I'll do an international giveaway, and the world is your oyster on that. All right, let's go in. Like, let's just let that spray. Again, very, very perfumey. Too perfumey for me. It's almost so strong, the scent, that I could use it as like a body mist, like when I get out of the shower, and it's like, it smells pleasant, but you know, too much perfumey stuff on the face. Not really my jam. I'm not completely against products with scents. Sometimes I really like them, but in the case of this guy, I don't know. I'm on the fence. All right, let's use some Charlotte Tilbury Glow Toner. I just used my full size. I just finished my full size. I think it was 150 milliliters. It took me a little over a year to get through. So this is a 30 milliliter sample. Not a sample. This is a deluxe size. She would call it a mini. I got it as part of Charlotte Tilbury's rewards program. Like I always say, like buy directly from a brand's website, buy directly from them, because they might be running some epic gifts with purchase, which is what Charlotte Tilbury often does. Or they have a really generous rewards, loyalty, beauty squad, whatever you want to call it, program. And Charlotte does. She has her loyalty coins. And so depending on like what tier you are, and you grow in tiers as you spend money, but you can use loyalty coins and you can cash those in to buy stuff, or you can, depending on your tier, you're eligible to redeem certain products with like minimum spends. And I don't think the minimum spend was much for me to redeem this. I have another one. So these two are what I'm going to move forward with. I don't think I need to buy another full size. With the way I rotate all of my stuff, those two 30 milliliter glow toners are gonna last me a while. All right, I have a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury under eye cream, but I think this stuff's gotten a little bit old. Like, I don't know if you can tell from my amateur rig setup here. It's bordering on greasy, but it wasn't too long ago that I used it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on so I get a little bit of moisture in my under eye areas. A very thin formula, which is what you want, you know, for your nose, lip, and you know, that these delicate areas of your skin, under eyes especially. But I'm more of a fan, like if you're tracking my channel, you know I use a lot of Shiseido and a lot of Guerlain skincare underneath my eyes. I'm gonna moisturize up here. I have some sunspots up there. I've mentioned it before from wearing visors for my entire life, outdoors playing sports. I'm like a visor gal. I'm not a ball cap gal. I'm not a headband gal. I'm a visor gal. Speaking of headbands, I just pulled it back a little bit. Wash and dry the hair day. I want to say that I did use this product that came in my recent Ipsy Glam bag. This is not Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm veering off track. This is from Ava, New York City, and it's like a 10-in-1 anti-freeze detangler. It gets good reviews on Ipsy's website, but one of the negative reviews was some people were getting this thing broken, like it didn't work. And I did notice when I sprayed it, it didn't come out fluidly. Like I don't want to say it came out in clumps, but it was like spraying all over the place. So I think there's something to do with this formula. I think by trying to do like a 10-in-1, there's something in there that's not playing well. It's not dispensing the way it should, but it was an excellent detangler and it gives you like protection against heat. So yeah, I'll wash and dry the hair. Just threw it back to do this video so you can see my whole face, my whole vintage face, as we rock and roll through this. All right, let's get some serum on. We're going in with the Magic Serum Crystal Elixir from Charlotte Tilbury. I've gone through, I think this is the third one. I'm really into like milky serums, and this fits the bill. You get a little bit of glow, you get that milky hydrating formula. Really like it. I have it in a deluxe mini that I'm gonna pack out. So between that deluxe mini and, you know, using up sort of the rest of this one, I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase it because I really just, you know, I'm a collector. I'm going through my midlife makeup crisis. I have tried so many different things. If you follow my channel, it seems like I'm always using something else, right? And so like I have kind of settled on Guerlain serums. I love my Tear serum, like the Shiseido serums that I have in the various lines that Shiseido offers. So probably when the Charlotte Tilbury serum is gone, it's gone, but I'm always going to have one in my collection. Even if it's like just a mini, because I might get a wild hair one day and I'll be like, I just want all Charlotte Tilbury. I'm feeling like when I wear all Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know. I just feel like I can slay any day when I do that. So little bit, it even gives you like a little bit of stick, but it's not like icky stick. You know what I'm saying? The Charlotte Tilbury skincare products works well with so many different kinds of makeup. I don't know what they put in this stuff. I wish I understood the science a little bit better, but I just know that the Charlotte Tilbury skincare stuff is a very good skin prep to do makeup. All right, let's go. Can't do a Charlotte Tilbury video without getting into, ooh, we don't want this one. This one's a new one. Ooh, that one's supposed to be packed out. Is this even, what is this? Is this a 50 mil? Oh, anyway, this is in the pack out. Here's the one that I'm using currently. No, I think this is her 35 mil. Yeah, see, so here you see the difference. So this is the 50 mil. This is the 30 or 35 mil. And then she also has like a 15 milliliter. And then she has one that's the size of this under eye cream. That's like her deluxe. And I think it's like a 7.5. So this is the one that I want to grab, the one that I'm already into. As you can see, I'm stocked. I'm good to go. I will always repurchase Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream because I feel like, to me, it's like makeup sits so well on top of it that it's for me, it's like a primer. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to flag again that I'm a collector. I have been collecting the past like couple of years. I haven't been filming the whole thing. I think I only started filming about a year and a half ago. Yeah, that's about right. Year and a half ago. Thank you again for everybody that's tuning in and joining the community and supporting me and helping my channel grow. We hit the 1K subscribers. I'm going to go back to Chanin and say thank you again for doing that amazing short that you did, like that compilation of, you know, some of the highlights from my video. That was so awesome. Maybe I should even link it in this video, but we got the 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. That's a huge milestone. What am I working on? What's my next milestone? My next milestone is getting those 4,000 watch hours in 365-day ticking clock. I have gotten 40,000 watch hours overall in the year and a half my channel's been out, but the clock restarts on your anniversary of joining. And so I joined, I think it was October of 2023. And I finished the year with just over 2,000, I think, watch hours. And now I'm at 2,764 for this year. So maybe I'll hit the 4,000. And that's another reason. Please share my channel if you like it. And I know many of you have. And maybe everybody has shared me as much as you can share me. And we just need to get lucky with the algorithm to get out there even further to meet more people. But one of the reasons I'm doing this decluttering series of, you know, and showing you my preparation for getting ready for my huge international move is because last summer I lost a lot of time. I wasn't uploading. And so, you know, we weren't getting the watch hours. So I'm hoping this summer, I'm not saying that my decluttering, get ready with me to move series is going to get us there. But hey, if I could finish even just a little bit closer, but not too close where I'm going to be like almost over the finish line, but didn't make it. All right. Speaking of primers, let's go in. Speaking of primers, I wasn't talking about primers that long ago. I will say this about primers as being a collector. I have tried a lot. And when I do my declutter skincare video in the series, you will see a lot of primers in there because I feel like primers are one of those things, not that you love or hate, but you use or you don't use. There's not a lot of people in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle because I do like this Wonder Glow primer from Charlotte Tilbury. It looks like maybe there's a little bit of a tint, but it's not really a tint. It's more of, it gives you like a really nice glow, and makeup sits well on top of it. If you're tempted to try a knockoff, here is the MCO Beauty one, but I don't even say do it. Like if you can't, just wait until, you know, she runs a special or, you know, you decide to pull the trigger if you were interested in this particular product. This one from MCO Beauty is just, it's not good. All right, I'm going to use, let's see if I can, I have so much stuff in front of me. I know I'm going to get lost in this video, but please hang out. Please, please stay on the crazy train with me. I'll try my best not to lose all these products that are in front of me. But I'm going in, this is like a semi-damp beauty blender. Look at that glow. I mean, I just got a lot of glow. We used Wonder Glow toner. We used the Elixir serum. We started off with this misting spray that one of the things it says it does, it like defends you from pollution. It gives you like a smoothing effect and like a radiance, right? An immediate radiance. I do agree with that. It does give you an immediate radiance. And now we're going in with the glow toner. So there is no, I don't know, there's no human excuse as to why you shouldn't see a bit of glow going on my skin. There's just every product that we've used has had a bit of the glow vibe going on. All right, after this, we're gonna do some color correcting. I don't think I'm gonna go in with my Beautiful Skin foundation. I have it out here to pack. I really like it. It feels like very skin-like, blends really well into skincare, very light to medium coverage, and it does not feel cakey on the skin, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna, I can never do a get ready with me with my Charlotte Tilbury that doesn't take 30 minutes. And I'm trying to go as quickly as I can, and I still think we'll probably go over 30 minutes. All right, this is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish, one of my favorite products. In fact, when we got those 1,000 subbies, the first thing I did was I went to the Charlotte Tilbury like brand partnership. You got 1,000 subbies on social media, on some social media platform. You're eligible to partner up with Charlotte. She gives you like a 15% off coupon to share with your subbies. So like they gets like first time use. And then I don't know, there's some other perks, but I felt like it was another milestone, but I haven't heard back from them. But one of the questions on the questionnaire is, what's your favorite Charlotte Tilbury product? And I put this down, Magic Vanish, but I have noticed lately, because I am literally scraping the edges, that it's time for a new one. This is breaking down a little bit. I noticed it the other day. I'm not saying that it's pilling, but it's patchier than it should be. I love this product and I will use it in place of going in with any sort of foundation. I just feel like it's very, very light coverage. It comes in 4 shades. I wish you would make a quad of it so we could get like all 4 shades in one. I think I've even like emailed customer service and asked for that. I don't know. I send so many emails. I have no idea who reads them. Hey, if you don't reach out, ask and you shall receive, right? Isn't that how it goes? All right. So I'm getting up there where my sunspots are, trying to get in the nose contour area, the lip contour area, and just a little on the inside of my cheeks. I'm going to use where I carry a lot of my redness. I'm going to use my Beautiful Skin concealer. I have in this shade 3.5 light. I'm going to use a little bit of that. And then I think we might just go in with bronzer, blush, powder. And then I have to get on with recording some videos for the series. I'm so excited. I had a great time last weekend. If you're watching this real time, Mother's Day 2025. Charlotte Tilbury, by the way, is all about like the patting. So I do like to pat stuff in. I don't mind getting a little bit of that on my lips just to like prep them a little bit. Oh, speaking of lips, we skipped the lips. Charlotte has 2 different lip oils. One's like a rose tint and one's just like her OG. And they have the word elixir, magic elixir oil. Let's just go in with the clear one. I still had some lip moisturizer on, chapstick on from starting my day. So the lips were not totally neglected, but these are gonna probably go with me this summer. They're not gonna make it into the pack out that I won't see for some time because I really do like them. Obviously, I'm like you. I know I'm like you because I got the feedback that we've all gone overboard on the lippies. And I have more lippies coming. The Smooshy Mushies from NYX are coming next week, and I cannot wait to try those. And I've heard, I can't remember which subbie, I don't know if it was Bert or if it was Jen L. Somebody was saying that they heard that the NYX new Smooshy matte lip balms, people are putting them on their cheeks. I love it. I love any product that can be multi-use, especially if it results in that monochromatic look, because that's usually what I'm going for. Speaking of the lips, it's probably too soon to do the liner because I just put that elixir on. All right, let's go in with the Beautiful Skin concealer, just a little bit like right here, just to brighten. get a little bit in there. What else is going on? What else is going on? I am in for a Saturday night of filming. Yes, I am, and I love it because, like I said, I had so much fun last weekend doing this. Maybe a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit on my chin, a little bit there, a little bit like whatever's still left on the wand. Kind of blend it all out. Oh, you know what? I'd like to also, if I can remember, I like to brighten like right there, just like a little bit. And normally on my lids, I use my NARS pot concealer because it's very matte to prime my lids. But I did drag a little bit of that magic vanish on my lids, but let's see. All right, let's use the bigger beauty blender because I'm speeding it up. Man, I wish I could put myself on fast forward, but I don't know how to do that because my editing skills aren't as good. So that just leaves me having to like work really fast and talk really fast to get everything in. So getting back to those NYX smushies, the mattifying lip balms, I'm wondering if that is going to be like my gloss of the summer, because last summer I was hooked on, and I've said this before if you're tracking my channel, if you're paying attention, I was really into the SPF e.l.f. lip glosses that e.l.f. dropped last summer. I had those. I had several of them. I always kept one, in my pickleball bag, in my tennis bag, in a back pocket. I would just had them around and I would just grab them and go. I just love them. So I'm just wondering if that NYX, I don't know if there's SPF in it though. I was kind of thinking I would probably lean towards the same thing I did last summer. I'd stock up on those e.l.f. SPF lippies because I haven't really used them that much over the winter. It just makes sense to use a lippy that has SPF in it during summer proper. I don't know. It just makes sense to me. All right, let's go in. If you've watched my channel before, I have said I am not a huge fan of, I have to smooth this out a tiny bit more, of the wands. But Charlotte Tilbury kicked off this wand phase. Everybody has kind of duped her, every single brand you can think of off the top of my head. Tarte, Milani, e.l.f., Physicians Formula, everybody's got Sheila, P. Louise, everybody has knocked this off, but she was kind of the first one to come up with this like spongy sort of spin the thing. These are so messy. Spin the thing to unlock it. And if you don't spin it back, you end up with a big mess. I have actually made it through almost all of these. it just wasn't a hit for me. You see people, the gurus, do their videos and they're like making their dots on their face. When I get through this, I'm definitely not repurchasing this. I have some wands that have come in gifts with purchase. In fact, I have one right here that I just got when I ordered my makeup bags. It's this, I think this is a highlighter one because it's Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Spotlight. I'm just not a fan of them. They're just too messy for me. I have determined, again, in this journey that I've been on, having my midlife makeup crisis, that I am more of a fan of, this is what I'm looking for, my mini Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush. I am more a fan of the creamy bronzer sticks, or, I like Charlotte Tilbury's creamy bronzer here that she has in like the palette form, but this thing, come on. It is just so huge. This is one of my chief sort of beefs, I guess, with a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury products. It's just that the packaging, it's just too big. It's just too big. You have to think, like, your average person just doesn't have the vanity or the makeup bag capacity to store this stuff. So I don't know. So that's my chief complaint. That's my chief complaint. But getting back to like the whole bronzing, I much prefer a sculpting stick over the liquids. I'm not saying that this doesn't look good, that this just did that, this gave me a fair, like the kind of warmth-ish look that I do go for. It's not super pigmented, like, oh my gosh, like the e.l.f. camo blushes. Those things were a total miss for me because I couldn't handle the power. I just couldn't handle it. They were way too powerful in the pigment department for me to handle. Let's get into let's do a twofer. Let's double up here, get out a popsicle stick and put on a little bit more bronzer because I'm not gonna do a ton. I do want to do some blush. I'm going to use, my thing, you don't know because I haven't told you yet, but I am going to use this little mini in Pillow Talk. It's a matte, one of her matte blushes, because I definitely don't like the ones that kind of resemble that do resemble, like I just said, spotlight. I don't want a spotlight. I'm not a spotlight type of gal. I'm a get me under the radar type of gal. So I don't need a big spotlight kind of going on my cheeks or nose or brow bone, wherever else that people tend to put, you know, these highlighters. That's another thing that I have discovered in my journey, in my collection journey, like getting into makeup as a middle-aged woman. I do want to do, I want to do what feels natural to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't, and in general, I'm not a flashy type of person. So that means, like, you know, it kind of translates to my makeup too. I get, like, you know how there's that saying, you are what you eat. I don't know, does that apply for makeup? It could. I could just be spitballing here. All right, so we've warmed up the face. That's what I like to do. Let's go in and use a little bit of this Pillow Talk blush. Oh, I gotta spin it because it's not spun. I have used a fair amount of this. This was one of my favorites. I think this did come in one of her treasure chests of secrets. So, as did this little mini Hollywood complexion brush. This was in the 2023 advent calendar. And I was so disappointed, I've said it before, that we didn't get a little brush or any kind of brush in the 2024 advent calendar. So I really hope that the 2025 one has a brush in it. It's just my personal hope. These are the Charlotte Tilbury brushes that I am getting ready to pack out. They're all washed, but they're coming with me this summer, so I won't pack them out. But I have a decent collection. I think I have all the main brushes that she makes. This is the full-size Hollywood complexion brush. This is great for getting in, you know, these delicate areas, patting and blending under the eyes. And this is great for blending foundation. This is a great fluffy brush. This is what she calls her bronzer brush. And I love this fluffy, like, eyeshadow brush. It's totally one of my favorites. These clean up well. They have staying power. They're not gonna, you know, sorry about the noise. That's what you get here at the GenX Glam and Cap Station. In fact, poor Barb W, I scared her. She told me, she's like, because I'm always dropping stuff around here. One of my videos last week, when Barb made a comment, she's like, you scared me. I was like, yeah, I scared myself too. I can't help it. I just get so excited. All right, what I'm going to go over that with, but I feel like I'm getting, like, you know, I have some warmth going on in my face from that bronzer. The skincare is fantastic. It's really, it smoothed out my skin. It's making my skin look a lot better than it is when it's raw. But I'm going to go in now with one of my favorite cheek products. It's actually a lip and cheek glow. This is in the shade Color of Dreams. This came out in Charlotte's 2023 Hollywood. If you forget what you're saying and you're talking about Charlotte Tilbury, you can use the word elixir, magic, treasure, dreams, color pop, or Hollywood, and you're probably going to get yourself right back on track. But now this came out in her 2023 holiday stocking, and it was the mystery stocking. So you could build a stocking, and then in 2023 she had a mystery stocking. So you didn't quite know what you were going to get. You knew you were going to get X amount of full-size products, and you were going to get, it was going to be a mystery. So I really, really, really do like this. I actually have two of them. So one will get packed out and one will go with me for the summer. I'm not going to put it on my lips. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use from the Lip Cheat collection of lip liners. This is the shade Hot Gossip. I really cannot, I'm not great at lip lining, but Charlotte Tilbury's lip liners are so soft, so smooth. They go on so easy. Even somebody, me, like total amateur, the antithesis of a guru, can handle these things. I'm going to pair it with this Kissing Jen. I think that's the shade of this. I think this is the lipstick that came in the 2023 advent calendar. I don't use it all the time, but I thought it's mattish, and I thought it would pair well with that lip liner, with the Hot Gossip lip liner. And with this matte, this is in the shade Rose Blur, and it's a matte sort of lippy. And I am, again, I'm just into the matte stuff. Do you see this theme? Like I said, I'm not super flashy around here. You know, I do like to stay under the radar. I don't like to draw a ton of attention to myself. That's just me. But so I lean towards the mattes when it comes to lippies. All right, so it's like we've got a fair amount of product on. Let's powder it down. I'm not going to use this powder. I do like this powder. I am going to bring it with me. I'm not going to pack it out, but it's the latest collab that she did with Kim Cattrall, which Charlotte Tilbury brand did with Kim Cattrall. So you've got your darker pink blush on one side and your lighter pink setting powder on the other side. And she launched this in 2 different palettes. One is more of like a peachy vibe. So let's use the massive bronzer. Again, like this, who has room for this? Who has room for this thing? I'm going to use big, broad strokes. And this might be, I might set underneath my eyes, but I don't need a ton more setting powder sinking into what I've got going on. Like less is better, I feel like, on the vintage skin to avoid, you know, to avoid creasing. Who wants to see creasing? I don't want to see creasing. And I will put mascara on, I think, when I do, I think I might do a little bit more with my eyes before I do some of my decluttering videos. Speaking of eyes, let me just talk about this really quick, because here I've gone over 30 minutes. Again, I can't do a get ready with me wearing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury in under 30 minutes. It is just impossible unless I skip skincare, unless I do not skip skincare, but unless I do skincare offline, then I can maybe pull it off. But these are her like eyes to mesmerize, creamy, moussey eyeshadow products. To me, for on my vintage lids, just too creasy. It kind of like, it gets a little creasy, so I'm not gonna use that. I was so sad when I was getting all my stuff out in one place to pack it, that my Hypnotizing Pop Shot, I bought it in the shade Rose Gold. I don't know what I did to this. I don't remember ever dropping it, but look what's happened. Very, very, very sad panda. I'm gonna take one of my e.l.f. brushes and see if I can just like pat a little bit of this. I'm not throwing this away. I am not throwing this away. Look at how beautiful. Look at, it's so bejeweled. I think it's one of my favorite, prettiest, is that the right word? The prettiest packaging. I mean, Charlotte Tilbury's packaging is really beautiful, but like, look at all those little, and this is the size. Make me a creamy bronzer in this size, please, please, please. And like, make everything in this size so I can fit it in. Oh, see, this side I did okay, but because it's fallen apart, I thought, oh, I did such a good job on this side, getting just a tiny, tiny bit out. But when I went to do the other side, it fell apart on me. All right, let's get an even fluffier brush and just try to smooth out the edges on my lids. A little bit too shimmery for me. I don't think I'm gonna repurchase it. How bad is the fallout? It's there. Let's just say that it's there. What can we do? We can kind of do one of these numbers. It's a little bit shimmery, but it's not over the top. I think if the product wasn't falling apart because somehow I broke it, then, you know, it's a nice touch. I do like, this is her quad, one of her quad eyeshadow palettes, and this is in the shade, I want to say it's Exaggerize. Yes, it's in this shade's Exaggerize, and I like this one a lot more than her Pillow Talk one. So this one is in the shade, let's see, this is in the shade Pillow Talk, and then this one is Exaggerize. So these are the 2 quads I have. I like them. I don't use them all the time, but I do like them. All right, a little bit of setting powder underneath my eyes, and then oh, let's spray. No, I was gonna say let's spray down. We can't leave this video without using the Airbrush Flawless spray. But let's just go ahead and do a little bit of under eye setting, and then I need to kind of like clear out all of this fallout. Man, the lids just were a total fail. Please ignore them. I hope that they're not distracting you, or that it's not picking up on camera on like what a fail that was. But I thought if I was really, really careful, I could salvage that, but apparently not. All right, I'm gonna clear off all my fallout that's happened on the station. All right, I don't really like this blush. The cheek to chic, don't really like it. Wasn't a fan. Was a gift. It was free with the purchase. But I feel like I want a little bit of powder on my cheeks. So I'm going to go in with it and just give, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the formula. It's just, I think that there are plenty of, we know there are tons of brands out there, so many powders to choose from, so many different formulas. Charlotte Tilbury wouldn't be my go-to for that. Although I kind of do like her little duos here, and these are pretty affordable. These are, I think, in the $28 range. This one. And if I'm going to go with a Charlotte Tilbury powder blush, blah, 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 I'm going to use one of those. All right, I gotta go. Look, I'm dropping stuff. I didn't even finish my brows. You got the brow cheat, one of my nice little nano. Oh, I just cleaned this. I just used my own tips on how to clean like spoolies, and I got this really clean. It was getting a little cakey, I'm not going to lie. But I do like the brow cheat. I got this in soft brown. I'm going to fix these up a little bit more as I get ready to do some decluttering videos. The eyeliner, the Rock and Coal, the latest drop, wasn't a big fan of it, but maybe I'll put a little bit on to do the video. It transferred on me, so I'm still searching. Thank you to Burpee, who told me to try a Rimmel liner that she says works a little bit better, less transfer. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it that spray. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my station. I have fallout everywhere. There's been call the fallout police because I have violated. I need a citation. I need to clean up here and then get ready to do some of these decluttering videos. Thank you so much for hanging out. Get in on the giveaway that closes tomorrow, the Charlotte Tilbury makeup bag. Get in on the giveaway that'll close on May 25th, which is going to be just a glam grab bag of goodies. Subscribe to the channel, make a comment, share the channel, help me get to those 4,000 watch hours before October. I appreciate you whether we make it or not. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks every time that you tune in. I look forward to our next time together. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.